Stay to the end of this video and you'll find out how one cold email made me over $100,000 in just 60 days. So, with that being said, let's just jump into it, right? Just to prove, kind of the campaign results that I got from this cold email, campaign. Right, the campaign name is obviously blurred out, but essentially we contacted 13,000 people. We had a three-step sequence, so that's 39,000 emails sent total, 735 replies, and 180 interested replies. We booked in tons and tons and tons of calls from this cold email campaign, and we closed tons of deals. So that being said, I'm going to go into three main things with this overall campaign. I'm going to go into the offer, the targeting, and of course, the script at the end of the video. Now, the first thing is going to be the offering. So the offer for this cold email campaign was, offering my cold email services, to get clients for my agency. So we've tested out tons of offers, right? Specifically lead magnets with our cold email campaigns. We've tested out general services, right? Just pitching, hey, do you want cold email? Or free trials, like a free 7-day free trial, or create free campaigns for you, or free leads, things like that. What worked the best, constantly back to back, no matter the industry, was the free leads offer. Offering 1,000 free leads to our prospects as a way to get them in through the door, to get them on a call and say, hey, we'll give you these 1,000 free leads on a call. And if you kind of go to the call, you get the free leads. Worst case, you leave the call with free leads. Best case, you work with us as an agency, yada yada. And that's kind of how our positioning would work. And how do we know it would work? Is because we had tons of people always asking for data off channel, off of cold email. So whether it's in our cold email coaching program, whether it's on our socials or Twitter, whatever, everyone was always ask us like, hey, how can you get access to more data? So we use that to our leverage in this campaign. When we pitched the leads through cold email from past campaigns, it would always click. We'd always test out multiple offers. The offer that always would consistently work is we'll get right back into the video, but I just want to share with you guys my cold email coaching program called Lead Academy. So with Lead Academy, you get a 7-day free trial to access, one-on-one coaching calls with us, me and my team. You get data scrapers like Google My Business scrapers, Build with scrapers, Clutch scrapers, company name formatters, everything you would need, a full toolkit for cold email. You get a full course that teaches you everything about cold email. Once you go through the course, you'll understand everything about cold email. And again, right, we have tons of case studies here proving that we know what we're talking about. So if this does sound good, start your 7-day free trial with a link in the description, and I'll see you there. Free 1,000 leads offer. And then number three, just general offer and, value, just value in general with what you're providing. Scraping 1,000 leads off of Apollo, ZoomInfo, PitchBook, whatever it is, it costs money. So providing it for free just generates that instant value for them, because again, they're thinking, these prospects are thinking, wow, I get free leads if I just come to this call. Let me come to the call and see what they are talking about. Obviously, if they're offering 1,000 free leads to me, maybe it's something valuable. And again, they understand that they have to pay money for it, and they're getting it for free, so it attracts them more with that offer, rather than just giving them like a Loom video or a document that they know that's being sent to everyone. It's a personal thing that they get if they get on the call. Now, we also knew that sending out the generic email like, hey, do you want 1,000 leads wouldn't work as much as if we implemented personalization with Clay. So we got access to, or we scraped their ICP on who these people want to work with. And I'll show you kind of how we incorporated that in the script and, later in the video. But essentially, we explained to them, we used Clay, we scraped their ICP. So, we leveraged that in the emails. And again, right, we've tested this again and again and again with cold emails, and it can never hurt to add in some Clay. If you have an offer that works already, you might as well enhance it and book in more calls using it. Now, the next thing was the targeting. So from past campaigns, right, we've tested out marketing companies. We've tested out construction marketing, e-commerce marketing, different types of marketing. We've tested out lending, funding, software companies, and back to back, we always had a very a good success with marketing companies, right? So again, right, the reason why we think that is because marketing companies understand marketing in general, right? They are a marketing company, but they haven't yet tried out cold email as a service. And number two, when we explain cold email is similar to ads, right? They start to think like, oh yeah, this is very similar to ads, but it's through an email, it's one-to-one versus a one-to-many channel. Let's try it out. So that's kind of why it's easier for us to pitch it to marketing companies for this specific offer, and that's why we think that we thought it would work extremely well. That's why I did. Um, and then we also pulled the data from Clutch. Essentially, Clutch is a database filled up with tons and tons and tons of marketing agency leads. There's over 110,000 in just the digital marketing like niche. So there's a lot of data, and we used our Lead Academy tool, our data scraper, to scrape 54,000 in a sub niche. So social media marketing, not like specifically digital marketing, but social media marketing. We scraped 54,000, took like 60 seconds, and that list came through. Again, super quick, super valuable, and we put that into our campaign. Now, the last thing again is going to be the email script. So this is what the script was. So it was, hey, first name, I saw company's profile on Clutch, so instant relevance, and figured your opening to taking customers, right? So again, right, we are using what we know, right, that they are on Clutch, and if you aren't on Clutch, you want more work because when you put yourself on Clutch, number one, you get filtered down to what category you want to be in, and number two, you're looking for more work, right? People go on Clutch to work with marketing companies. So you put yourself as like a listing, right? So, we can use that as an intent field and say, hey, I know you want more customers. We could provide that. Second thing is instant value. Could my team send over a free contact list of 1,000 prospects and we scraped the case study off the person's website. So what we did is we got access to their website through Clay, and we went and we took the case study. So for instance, right, pretend this is a prospect. This is my website, but pretend this is a prospect. We went and we said, hey, would you like 1,000 free customers or free prospects on a lead list like Zoom or like HubSpot or like Epic Games? We scraped that information. Number one, that's super, super relevant. And number two, again, it's you're putting in an email, and on top of the relevance we have here with the Clutch line, we have extreme relevance or extreme hyper value or high value with 1,000 free leads. Plus, we're adding an extreme relevance here. So it's a no-brainer that it would work. And then here we're just explaining a little bit of how the list is formatted, just to give them a little bit more information on what we're actually providing them to for free. But again, that's it. Call to action was, how does that sound? Super, super simple. But we closed tons of deals from this campaign, and we are not surprised that this works because we've been testing out tons of stuff, and now that we know that this offer works extremely well, we're going to consistently juice it out and close tons of deals using it. So that being said, that is the end of the video. I just want to share a script that made us a lot of money. And if you found this valuable, please do leave a like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.